Previously on the Papa Pepper YouTube channel. But the first step of this project is going to be to unload the trailer, which is still covered in a load of mulch. And now for your featured presentation. So then, just when I'm thinking I need to empty my trailer, I fill it up again? Hey! No, actually, that's not my trailer. I had to borrow another one because I was getting about a double load of what I normally grab on my trailer, cleaning out one of my hay suppliers for some non-Bermuda grass. So we're gonna get that put up so I can drop this trailer back off in the morning so I can start working on my trailer, but we might be fighting with rain, so I'm not sure. Also, might try some deer hunting in the rain. It's always something. This time it's hay. You ready, child?
Yeah.
She looks ready. Let's go. So we unloaded about half here at the first barn. This is our old goat house. You can see how high it is up in there. And then we're going to take the rest over to the mini barn. And we'll unload the rest at the other one. Not sure if this will be enough to get us through the winter. Of course, you always hope so, but you never know. But cool thing is, I found this non-Bermuda hay from a guy not too far away, and he tossed in a couple free bales because he said we've been such good customers and told me to keep his number for next season, which will be important. So that's pretty cool. It is rainy and cold. I spent about 2 hours in the woods this morning. It didn't work out very well for me, considering the only deer I saw was a very far ways away. Just kind of saw that big tail. We'll see. Got a couple days left of gun season, and after that we still got the old crossbow. That could work out. Here's what I'm working on this morning though. I wanted to do this last night, but I was so tired. Plus I thought, well, if I'm waking up at like 6 something in the morning, I shouldn't stay up till like midnight or 1 working on a project like this. So got my stuff mixed up, put on a scratch coat on this remaining section, probably let the whole thing go till 2 days from now, and then we'll see if we can't work on it. But this is so close now. I can almost taste it. Not that I want to taste mortar, but still. So got that knocked up, and we'll let it dry for a couple days, and then maybe we'll rock this up. And I want to look underneath here and see, but I'm gonna let that stuff dry so I can vacuum it up, not make a mess of my whole house. We'll have to see what else we get into on this rainy day. I guess first things first, let's get this empty trailer back to my friend, and then I might move the rest of the stairs down while the trailer's empty. My trailer. Well, this is one I was not expecting, but sometimes some of the odd jobs some of the neighbors do, they'll put things in a pile. You can kind of check out and see if there's anything you can use before things are getting rid of. And if you notice this has got some big spikes in it. These are some landscape timbers, and they've got some big spikes in it. I was thinking of potentially spiking through some of those concrete slabs to hold them in place. This is perfect. So time and effort instead of money, but I'll take it. So this may just be incredibly good timing for that project. I might need to straighten a couple of these out a little bit, but that's a lot of free ones, and these are the easy ones. If I do need more, I'll have to grab them before somebody gets rid of that, but maybe I'll have to test out if I need more. See how this will work. That could help for my stairs, holding them in place. And then of course if I pour concrete walls for the stairwell, that would help too. We'll see. So honestly, at a time like this, I want to finish putting the wood on the mini barn. And I want to take a bunch of these rocks and build a hot smoker, just a permanent hot smoker set up so good for when I got a hot smoke fish or lamb or other meat. That's what I want to do. I also want to build a lean-to off my old quail barn to keep the compost from getting too wet, and then I can just control the amount of water in there. I want to be doing things like that. But to actually stay on task, I gotta focus on my priorities, which is fine. It's just I want to do other things. Cool thing here, if I listen to that. See, when I dug this deeper, so that water coming down this area would not just flow into here. I did a couple good things. So here's actually what I'm thinking. With the fact that this stuff is cut out so much deeper than this first step, and this is actually going to have a step on top of it. Maybe I'll use some of those spikes to connect the two. But I bet you I actually got enough carved out of here to do it, which means I don't need a bunch of buckets that are empty. Because there's going to be enough space, I think. So I think the best thing for me to do is to go collect the remaining concrete for this. Oh, this is slippery. To go collect the remaining concrete and start there. Some of the smaller pieces are going to be used just to build up in that hole, and we should be able just to come across here and start going. I want to get the steps in, because if I pour the walls for the stairwell, when I pour the lid, I want them to kind of lock the stairs in place, and that would happen. You know what else I want to do? I also want to go up in my garden and put some 10-foot T-posts in for my grapes and rebuild my kiwi trellis that I dropped 2 trees on top of, so it needs rebuilding. I want to do that, and I want to clean up that front pasture, but I got to stay on task. So I think that's what I'm actually going to do. I'm going to gather some of that stuff up, and yeah, just looking at it, it seems like it's going to work out really well, which means I don't get any more clay. I've got 5 buckets right now. That's fine. But that also maybe gets me past where this problem rock is. I'm not sure. I'll have to see, or maybe I'll just have to pour a stair that incorporates that. I don't know. But I got to start at the bottom, work my way up, and I should be able to see. And I like that. So here we go. Before that, though, I want to show you this. On my way back from taking a walk looking for some deer this morning, I pulled up this. And what it is, wow, just a little seedling peach tree. It's obviously been brush hogged before, that big top that just kind of stops and it's got all these other guys growing out. But stuff like this is from a peach that fell from a peach tree that fell to the ground and began to grow. And I know some people are gonna be like, oh, well, you won't get a good peach off of that. Actually, a lot of times you get some pretty tasty stuff off of that. It's only like 10 or 20% of the time that when you're planting seeds from different fruits, they don't wind up so well. And you know, like even with apple trees, well, that'll be fine because then they'll graft into it. If this doesn't taste too good with this peach tree, then I can graft into it. Stuff like that, you know, it's not that big of a deal. Here is actually one I planted a couple years ago. So look at how thick this is. And this is gonna be like a sibling to this one. They came from the same tree. Look at how thick that is down here. And this is out in my chicken and duck pen. And then it branches off pretty good. And right now, it's probably about 12 feet tall. I'll cut it back a little bit and we'll see how it does on its own, but then we'll also be grafting into it. So just kind of wanted to share that, you know. This one will probably go in one of the pastures. And I'm gonna try to get a bunch growing in pastures with just a little fence around maybe at first. Hopefully the animals won't nibble on the bark. And just kind of, animals can mow around them, graze around them, and then keep them, these guys can provide the animals some shade, and yeah, then we'll get the fruit. And the animals give them some fertilizer. So I just thought that was kind of cool. I'll be getting this guy in the ground, Lord willing, soon. Man, at the moment I feel like it's a bust. Oh, I am so wet and cold right now. So here's the deal. Got 3 things I want to show you quick. but I don't feel like today went very well. Number one, I didn't go do anything on that whole down slope on my priority number 2. Okay, at least I got that stuff done on priority number 1. Got the rest of the scratch coat up. I did some thinking and evaluating and looking at priority number 2. Spent some time deer hunting this morning and this evening. Right now I'm shut it down. I'm too wet and cold. My feet are pretty frozen. I put on the same wet sneakers from this morning, and they're just real quiet out in the woods. So that's why I wore them, even though they were completely soaking wet from this morning, which started me off with some really, really cold wet feet whenever I started heading out here. And I didn't see nothing. It's not been a good deer hunting season for me. Normally I can kind of walk up to the woods that I'm looking at right over there and kind of take my pick. Or even right here in front of me, I can take my pick. I've walked up before with a monster truck. I was doing something, I'm like, oh, hold on, let me just look for any deer quick. And I pull up next to the woods and I get out and I take like 10 steps. And I'm like, oh yeah, there's a couple. So I come back, put on my Blaze Orange, take my gun, put a bullet in it, walk back to the woods. All right, there, we got one. We got venison. Not this year. Not this year. But, yeah, let me show you those couple things quick. You'll definitely like the last two. The first one's kind of cool, too, from my point of view. So, this did happen. I did pretty much clear my trailer. Got down to the end of that roll. Cut these up while they're all spaced appropriately for my rock pillar fences. I'm getting rid of all these buckets then, of course. And I actually got, well, 4 of the columns prepped and ready to go, and then 2 that are halfway, and we'll continue on. But you can see all these buckets here are full of rocks or close. Bunch more there, bunch more over there. Up in that field there's actually a number of them too. Those are all just full of rocks, except for that guy, he's a little low. But yeah, so I'm gonna see about emptying these out anyway. I had to empty this trailer if I'm gonna do my next project, you know, hauling that concrete up. So I figured, oh, if I just cut it all up now, well, I feel like was motivated to do it, then I'll get her done. That's another one I gotta do, guys. Look up here. You see how there's sheep on top of that hay barn? Yeah, they walk up there. That's what it was designed to do. But I think I'm gonna make a latch. Hey guys, what's going on?
Oh, we just ran outside because it was, we were dumping out chicken food and then it turned into sleep.
Hey.
Well, rock night.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't see nothing and my feet are super cold. I think I might take a hot bath and warm them up.
Again?
They're super cold. Why, did I do that this morning?
Yeah.
I didn't do that this morning.
You did it last night.
Yeah, last night I did. You know what? Fine, you talked me out of it. I won't take a hot bath. I'll just turn on the oven and put my feet in there. Good idea, bad idea?
Yeah, no.
No, not a good idea?
It probably is gonna sizzle.
You're right. But they could get warmer while they sizzle.
They'll go pretty faster.
See those rock columns behind you?
Oh, yeah.
I got 4 hollow ones over here. And I'm gonna get a couple more going, and soon we'll empty out all these buckets, and then guess what you get to do, monster truck?
Collect more!
He gets to fill buckets back up. Why?
Because of...
What did you do?
Let's see. Ooh, the window broke.
Yeah, monster truck decided to take a rock, and what'd you do with it?
Toss it up in the air.
Toss it up in the air. Where'd it land?
On top of the truck.
And what did it hit?
It hit the roof.
The sunroof.
Sunroof.
The glass, right?
Yeah.
So, monster truck did a little bit of learning the hard way. He tossed a rock up in the air, landed on top of the truck. So, that cost me $300. But the nice thing is I'm letting you work it off, right, son?
Yes!
So what are you gonna do to work it off?
I'm gonna have to get, let's see. Buckets.
Yeah.
300 buckets?
Of what?
Rocks.
Yep, so I told him I'll pay him $1 per bucket of rocks he fills. So if I get these empty, he can get back to working off his debt. Trust me, we got plenty of rocks to go around. It gives him something good and constructive to do. Plus, you got a pickaxe for like your 5th birthday, right?
Yes.
So he gets to use that for the ones that aren't at the surface. And yes, but I did give him a discount for a couple things he did, so I knocked some extra off already. But the thing is, if you want to play with rocks, here, I'll give you a job to do with rocks. Rather than costing me $300 because you threw it in the air and busted out the sunroof. I honestly didn't think it was going to be like $300. I planned for like 2. I was still sad either way. But
I'm good with you and the guy.
okay, hey, I was going to show them what you know how to do. So guys, this is one that Sweet Pepper figured out. You see, she's got some of these dresses that have what in the back of them?
Zippers.
Zippers or buttons. So when she puts them on, she puts them on backwards, right?
Yeah.
She puts them on backwards so she can zip it up like that herself, and then she just spins it around. That way she doesn't need to ask for help. And when I saw that, I was like, wow, that is really smart. You can get your jacket back on now.
Yeah.
I was planning on having you show us in the house, but obviously I saw you before I made it to the house. So that's a cool one there, guys. If you got an outfit with hard to reach buttons or zippers in the back, see if you can't just put it on backwards and then spin it around. How old are you now? 6?
6.
Yeah, 6-year-olds can do it. They can even come up with that idea on their own. What do you think?
It'll be funny.
It'd be funny. I have to go show them something about your little baby brother, Chili Pepper.
Yeah. I got one, the guy.
So what do we have going on here, Pinky?
This is the hat I made for him.
So you made that hat before you even knew how big he was going to be?
Yeah.
So she had this one ready ahead of time. It's got little ear flaps. She can tie it on, and there he is with it on. Oh, buddy. He's a little fussy right now, so a little red in the face. Having a hard time, but a good-looking hat, and that's crocheted, right?
Yes.
What pattern did you use?
I didn't use one.
You didn't use any pattern? You just guessed a baby's head and made it all, huh? Oh, buddy. All right. We'll shut it down, son. We'll shut it down. Chili Pepper out.